Hello and welcome to Moffside, episode 23 of this series, which is just chugging along nicely. Okay, so in the studio this week, of course, we got Leds. Leds is back from his A licence course. How's it going, Leds?
Good, I'm dying for a coffee.
I hate you.
Why is that, Leds?
Well, I was told that there'd be coffees here, and there's not.
I can only apologise, okay?
It's the first ever podcast I've done without a coffee, and I'm fuming, to be honest.
That is true, and I can also say to anyone from the OAR management who's listening, Leds is joking, we don't drink coffee in the studio, which is against the rules. We'd never dream of doing that. I'm sure you don't watch a YouTube video either, so...
Yeah.
No. And of course, we got Hulls back in, who stood in for Leds last week.
Hello.
Hello.
Disappointed in myself right now for not bringing coffee, so I'm just going to sit here quietly.
Yeah, good start, I guess, yeah. And our guest this week is Andrew Cromb. Crommy, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good to see you. Yeah, let's have a look. What a week, though. I mean, I don't really know how I feel, to be honest, Crommy. I don't know quite how I feel. Sad.
Just sad.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
Yeah. Disappointed. Yeah, sad. I actually, we'll go crack into the game about the Suburbs game on the weekend. It's probably hard for us to understand that it was hot up there, because it was excuse the French. It was frigid down here.
I've got to bleep that out now.
Yeah, it was frigid. I didn't actually finish saying so it's all right. It was frigid down here. It was what, about 15 degrees, and it was just raining cats and dogs. But I could probably, I guess from looking at the video, I mean, there was literally no grass on the pitch for a start, and there were people like dying of heat exhaustion walking their dogs in the background. So it looked like it was pretty hot up there. Is that true to say?
Yeah, it was. I'd say it was about 26, maybe 27.
It was pretty hot. Yeah.
Yeah, very hot. Yeah, tough conditions.
Tough conditions. Another disappointing result.
Yeah, really disappointing, to be honest. Yeah. I think the only, well, not positive, but the difference between getting pumped by Eastern Suburbs and getting pumped by Tasman is that, like Paul mentioned after the game, I think Suburbs at the moment are probably 6 goals better than us. They're just quality side. We just didn't have any answers to what they could do. We thought we could, but sometimes they're just too good on the day, which proved the point, and just punished us at every chance, really.
Yeah. I mean, they are a really great side.
Yeah, they're
top
quality
side all the way through. I mean, I thought that, obviously Drake, I thought he had a superb game.
Yeah.
The guy playing alongside in the number 6, also superb game. Thomas,
yeah.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah. Of course, Bueno comes up, scores 3 goals.
He's on fire as well.
He was actually unlucky not to have that fourth one, because the one that got offside, I think that was, to be fair, I think that was a goal. And if it had gone in, that would have been their best goal, because Drake made a fantastic run through midfield.
Yeah.
No one could stop him, and threaded the ball. I mean, that ball that he threaded through.
Yeah, it was a great pass, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean that was a good goal. I mean, like you're saying, you're watching it at home and you're thinking, oh no, but you're thinking great goal as well at the same time. And
not much you can do there.
Not much you can do about that kind of stuff either. No.
Yeah, I think that was the case for. Now there was definitely some errors on our part. We did give away some sloppy, cheap goals as well.
Yeah.
But the overall control of the game was 100% theirs. Yeah. And they're just top quality, and sometimes that's just the way it goes, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, last year when we lost 6-1 to them, I was watching the game, and obviously I was the analyst for that game, and they were playing. They were supposed to be playing some kind of 4-4-2 diamond, right?
Yeah.
But they're just so fluid. You can't really Eastern Suburbs and a formation. It's like it's hard to say.
It's just kind of. They do it extremely well.
Yeah.
They just played their fullbacks really high. Exactly,
because this week it's a 4-3-3, but it was the same thing. Michael Bilt was playing as like a fourth striker.
Yeah, and
he's the fullback.
Yeah, when you have that much possession of the ball, you can afford to do that.
Yeah,
and they are so good at being patient and the movement in midfield to get somebody free on the ball. It's extremely hard to play against. Hard to play against, especially in the middle when. No matter what happens, you always feel like you're outnumbered by 2 or 3, and that's and they're extremely good at it. And they, to be fair, Danny Hay was down yesterday. The All Whites coach was down.
Right,
just for a catch up, caught up with.
Because he was going to go to mainland, wasn't he? But that got called off.
Well, I think he came from mainland to us, and had a chat with him, and like the way he had Suburbs playing last year has followed through. They still play a very similar way, and excellent in possession of the ball. And the exciting thing is that he's trying to do that now with the first team, the All Whites, which I think
Carlo as well. I mean, both their fullbacks were just superb at getting up forward.
Oh, they just offer a massive
It was
threat.
2v1 everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Not much you can do about that. Apart from trying to drop deep and get compact, which seemed to be what we were trying to do.
Yeah, but
then,
even at that, then they just have individual brilliance that can break that down. In a second. So sometimes it's just a better team wins the game, you know. Which, as I said, is a bit easier to take than when the likes of a Tasman pump us 5-0. That was just a terrible performance on our part. Now, I'm not saying this weekend was any better, but Suburbs are, on the day, were 6 goals better than us, and probably are most days, to be honest, with the quality they have. And again, I think Paul made a comment the day before. It's actually quite funny. We had 1 old man, 4 imports, and 6 teenagers.
Yeah.
Which was actually, I think, like, minus the imports, I think our oldest player was maybe 20, 19. Who would it have been?
Limo.
Yeah, well,
Behind Limo.
Limo's the old man.
Limo's my age.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Would have
Limo,
been
not
Levi,
quite,
22.
Levi,
Yeah.
22.
Right.
And then obviously that, like, 2 16-year-olds on the bench in Sam and Ollie. Which is fantastic for them to get an opportunity, and especially for Sammy, who made his debut.
That's right. First start for Javier as well. A start, wasn't it?
No, he actually started the last game against Suburbs. He's just come back from injury as well. So again, what a tough game.
But again,
first game to go into.
Exactly. Yeah. And do you remember, like last season, it was Tim O'Farrell's first game.
That's right.
When we got pumped that time as well. So again, there's no right time for a debut.
Really difficult first game. But it was just that was the case. A lot of young players, but again, they're just quality. Sometimes you can't do anything about it, no matter who you have on the pitch. Yeah. Well, again, we come back to the whole subject again, really, and Paul's mentioned it as well. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Paul later in the show, but Paul mentioned it as well with the whole thing about budgets and team budgets, and attracting teams and players down here. Yeah.
You don't have to have the budget in Auckland to be attractive to players to come in, because you can have jobs where players can go off and be estate agents, or they can go off and be teachers, or they can go off and work as graphic designers or something. And we don't have that pull down here to say, look, come down south. We're not going to employ you, but there's a great job in the graphic design unit, and you can be over there. And I've got contacts. We just don't have that either. So it's not. It's not that, it doesn't have to be semi-pro where we've got contracts and we're saying, come and we'll give you money.
But I think the biggest difference is the amount of full-time environments that are up in Auckland. Like Suburbs train every day, I'm sure. The same group every day. They probably, like, their youth team was probably similar in the way they trained and how often they trained. And then there's different academies that exist, and that's the kind of gap that we're trying to bridge at the moment. But as you know, like the Surrey United Academy, they can only get together once every 2 weeks because of the geography of the place. And it's that it just tells.
Suburbs women's team won the Kate Shepherd Cup as well. I mean, so they've got there's obviously a club there with a big structure.
Absolutely, 100%. I think speaking to who was he speaking to? I'm not sure I was speaking to after, but I think they have 2,500 players in the club, that club. Which is like our biggest club is probably 400 or 500 maybe. It's a big difference. So a lot of challenges.
And Cromie, you've been up there in Auckland with Birkenhead this season.
Yes, I have been.
So of course you come across the NRL-FL side. In contact with them.
Yeah. Class up there, aren't they?
They're class up there as well, in the Winter League as well. And Birkenhead, of course, it's fair to say Birkenhead are a club that punch well above their weight, I would say.
They definitely do. They're a small club up there, so to win a Chatham Cup 2 years ago and to fight back last year to finish third is great for them.
And a lot of their setup following Paul Hobson into the Waitakere setup as well. They've
got quite a few Birkenhead players in that Waitak team who are performing well. So
they're doing well. So you glad you came down south?
I'm
good to hear.
glad to be back. So
So you came back for the start of the season.
For the youth season.
For the youth
mainly.
season,
I didn't really expect to be.
Didn't expect to be here
in the men's team.
It's
like
been
I am.
Funny old season, hasn't it? Been ups and downs and whatnot, but
yeah.
And of course, Cromie. I haven't started the starter yet. I'm supposed to be timing this exactly 26 minutes this week, and so I can just have a look up here and see that we've done. I can't really read that. It says 32 minutes. That's
We're
ridiculous.
about 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It can't be 32. Anyway, Cromie, Steve, the most important thing of note, of course, is you've scored 2 goals.
Yeah. That was quite a surprise for me as well. I didn't expect to be even in a goal scoring
Banging away.
situation.
Yeah. Both off corners.
Both off corners. Yeah.
When Garvin was on, he was really emphatically proud of the corner that he supplied.
Low and hard, and just like we did at training. So
yeah.
I still refuse to believe that he meant it, but yeah. Get what you're saying.
And Leds, the other corner.
Yeah, just put it on top of the keeper, hope for the best, to be honest.
Yeah. And just bounced out and boom.
Yeah, it was in the right spot at the right time. So.
Yeah, love it.
Was it not an own goal?
Nah.
Here we go again.
Who
are you, Gar?
I was going in, to be fair.
Was your goal in?
Steady on.
Yeah.
But if you hadn't got it in, didn't know, Chief was right there, wasn't he, as well?
Garv, I think, was right beside it.
Right.
Yeah. Surprised Garv didn't try and block it, score for himself.
Backheel it in.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chief was on the line as well. On the near post.
A lot of us were.
They were down to 10 at that stage, so.
Yeah, so just get numbers
going
up.
for it, yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff. So now I reckon it's about the time that we should really mention like the big news event of the week. Obviously, Moffside fans will have seen before I think it's really sad news that Paul O'Reilly has left and got to go. So fine.
That's a fine.
It's fine, massive fine.
To head back to Ireland, taking a job back there.
Yeah.
With his family as well. So that's sad news.
Yeah, extremely sad news. It's quite hard to talk about still because it's so fresh, especially for me, and I know the same for the boys in a similar position who are only here because of Paul. It's quite difficult, and it's quite hard to process it and know what's going to happen next and what the future is. But what a big loss to the region. I think regardless of Surrey United men's team, the other stuff that he's done for the region is countless. So really disappointing. But you can understand, completely understand where he's coming from. So the timing of it isn't great. Yeah. But you have to look after number one yourself, and then obviously your family, and he has a job opportunity that won't wait any longer. Yeah. So as I said, you need to look after number one first, and he's got a young family there as well. So you need to sort your priorities out, which he's done. So but overall, extremely sad time.
It is a sad time, yeah. And Paul, I think Paul kind of felt that he never really quite got the full backing of the community of football supporters, players in the region. Yeah,
I think it's more of a he brought it so far, and to go any further would have meant kind of more commitment and to fund the club more and to get more on its side. And I think it's just Paul has such high standards, and he's like the job he's done for us to finish 5th 2 years in a row. In my opinion, is absolutely scandalous. Like I can't really say any more about it, but he's in a position now where he wants to push on to top 4 and he wants to make the club as successful as possible, and the resources at the moment don't allow it, and change needs to happen for the resources to allow it. And I think he's got to a stage where he doesn't see that happening in the near future. And he's the most ambitious and high standards man I've ever met in my life, so could kind of see it happening at some stage. So massively disappointing, but
I think he's certainly one of the most driven people I've ever met.
Absolutely,
and I don't think a lot of people from the sidelines looking in would really get just how much time and effort he does put in.
Which is
all the things he does. Like you say, uncounted. But maybe we should count them. And maybe one of the things we should do is just sort of the Southern United Academy, for example.
I mean, that's what I mean when I say the stuff that he's brought to the region. The biggest thing for me is that he created a football club that people aspire to. And I'm not just saying it because he's in the room, but maybe 10 years ago an Andrew Cromb wouldn't have come back. You know what I mean?
Stayed up in
exactly, and I think
from Paul Hobson and stepped there.
But I think like the academy set up, and people like the academy kids are coming to watch the games, and the parents are getting involved, and there's just that real community feel to it. Which, and again, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but I don't think that was the case before he came.
No. No, if you think it's riven with factions now, you should have seen it before then. It was, it really was.
Yeah,
really
and I think
unfortunate.
Yeah, as I said, it's extremely sad, and a lot of us are kind of like, what happens next in a way?
Yeah,
because what a man to try and replace.
Yeah,
I don't think it's. Yeah, this is just coming from a personal point of view because of massive respect for him, and he was kind of our mentor, not just as a football manager but as like our work manager as well. So very, very difficult person to replace in my opinion.
Terry Borland's going to have to go and try now for the rest of the season, so
Terry will come in and take charge of the team. Terry's been working under Paul for 3 years, so I'm sure he'll be fine. But like I was talking to Paul yesterday, like stranger things have happened. We could pick up a lot of good results now, and it might be just a change of voice that some players need, or like just a change in the way things are run, or who knows what will happen. But Terry will be fine, and I think speaking about like senior players like the likes of myself, Chief, Lamo, Garv, Lasty, like we have to step up now as well and do whatever we can to help them out. So it'll be interesting next couple of weeks. But we'll see. I
mean that's right. I mean there are at least 4 people on that playing staff who are doing A licenses at the moment as well, so it's not as though there's a lack of knowledge or even experience.
Not at all. And again, it's the most unique environment ever that we'd have. I think Lamo's probably got 300 plus National League appearances, like all over. And then you've got Sam Cosgrove, who just made his debut at 16. So the range is just it's crazy. But now we definitely time for the senior players to kind of pull our socks up and make sure that we work hard. And I don't think we need to change much for the end of the season. I think we need to just keep plugging away and hopefully we can pick up a couple more results and then just see where that takes us. And
I would say the same thing as well on behalf of the supporters as well. I think we need to also up our game and keep coming to the home games and just keep airing our support for the players and the management team and the structure of the club, and keep coming and keep showing your support and just keep believing. If we all just sticking together, if we are united as a club, the club isn't one man or one person. It's more than that. And if we all believe in it, then we'll keep going along, and something will come along. We'll get results.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So changing tack on that, I mean that was great. Let's just get into the medium fire round. Right. I was gonna do like a Maori translate contest, but I don't think it'd be much fun.
Is that a dig then?
No,
is that a dig?
Not at all.
I thought Renee was going to absolutely ace it, and she didn't. No offense to Renee.
Last week should have just been more of Stu singing, I think.
Right, another episode.
Crommy, 5 questions, medium fire. Doesn't have to be really quick. Just don't take ages.
All right.
Okay. So obviously this is your first year getting a string of games together in the National League. What's the biggest challenge that you face stepping up to this level?
Biggest challenge would have to be just the decision making. I mean, everything in this league is so much faster. You get one touch on the ball and then someone's on your back straight away, so making that decision quicker has been a big challenge to me.
Very good answer. Right, next, biggest pet peeve as a player?
Biggest pet peeve, I can understand why players do this, but I don't like it when there's a player in the changing room getting ready, listening to their own music, and not actually, because I understand they're getting in the zone and things for their own game, but I feel like you should be with the team, communicating with the team and talking to all of them instead of by yourself listening to your own music. So
very good, that's a good answer.
I like that well.
We've a couple of culprits, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do, to be fair. Yeah. Although I'd love to know what they're listening to as well, because my tunes are unreal on a match day. So you don't need anything else.
And you're not embarrassed to share them either, are you?
Not at all. Very good. Okay, if you could give one piece of advice to a 16-year-old player, what would it be?
Enjoy it. It's not going to last forever, so just enjoy it, I guess. Yeah, and as you say, do it with a smile on your face.
Very good. Very wise answer there.
Yeah.
Okay, last two. Toughest opponent you faced. Doesn't have to be this year. Could be when you were playing 16s against someone. Someone that stands out. He was a nightmare to play against.
Toughest opponent. That's hard. I've faced so many. Probably one player from a club in America who I played against in the Milk Cup, or the Super Cup now, in Ireland. He's American and he's just so fast, like lightning. Found out that he was one of their top 3 national sprinters and stuff. So I didn't know what his name was, but absolute lightning, and
that just
hustle
sticks
past
out.
you and go.
Yeah.
So very fast.
Still struggling to sleep at night, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Last question. Who is your biggest inspiration and why?
Biggest inspiration.
You can, don't say me because that's the obvious one, but
I don't know.
just pick someone else.
Biggest inspiration have to be, I'd say all 3 of my brothers actually. They've all gone through injuries that have been life-threatening or career-threatening, and they've all come back from them. One of mine is brothers is actually come back from a knee reconstruction right now, so just watching him go through that and getting him back running and stuff is sort of inspiring to not really give up and to keep going. So
Great answer.
Yeah,
Wow,
this
this
is
has been one of the best, Crommy.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have high expectations when you were coming in.
Hey!
Nah, what about
This is up there with
That's
Renee.
a great
isn't it?
answer.
Up there with Renee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just shoot. Yeah. Nah, very good. I did. So have you got 3 older brothers?
3 older brothers, yeah. Only
Sure.
one of them still plays football now.
Right.
The other 2 are off doing their own thing and loving life, so
So you're the baby.
I am the baby,
Yeah,
yes.
it's the best.
Yeah. But Mum's glad you're back down here now for the summer.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's enjoying me being back and back home, so yeah, she'll probably be listening to this.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
So how did the whole Birkenhead thing come about? Because I remember it happened quite quickly, did it?
It really did. It happened through Paul and Terry, actually.
Right.
There's a under-17s tournament in Auckland, and Birkenhead needed a guest player, so they got in touch with Terry and Paul. And this was 2 years ago when I was training with you guys, and I got my 1 game debut, which was insane. But yeah, they sent me up, and Paul Hobson, who's coach up there, liked the look of me and asked if I could come back up, and sort of jumped at the opportunity, really. Yeah.
And then did you play? So you played 1 season with Birkenhead?
Yeah, so I played 1 season last year with them. Struggled to make that top first team, just because class up there. But I learned so much off of the players there, like Alex Solomons and Christian Gray, who we played
Oh yeah.
on Sunday. They really showed me a lot of things that I need to learn, and really showed me the experience that I was missing.
So you played most of your football in Green Island here, did you?
Yeah, I played all my football in Green Island and the rep leagues.
So what was the biggest difference between here and that league?
Just the depth of the squad. Everyone up there is good enough to be in the team, so they're all literally fighting to get into that top team, be that one guy, and just make that team better. But
Yeah. That's such a difference. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Even if you've got like a good 11 and 3 on the bench are a bit, still, yeah.
Yeah, good competition, I suppose, is massive. That's what
Yeah.
everyone strives for.
Yeah.
Was it kind of train twice a week job at Birkenhead, or?
3 times a week, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The Wednesday one was always a fitness one.
Oh, nice.
So we had a guy called Dave come in and just run us dead every
Really,
Wednesday. Yep. Paul was a big believer on fitness.
Yeah.
And if you're not fit, you won't play. And yeah, he got us all fit, really.
Hope Stevie's not listening.
Yeah,
You're running tonight.
Yeah, I finished my B license with Paul, and we were doing the S&C bit together, and we had to do the S&C moving the ball around. That's quite funny because he was the one in the group who was struggling with his fitness the most.
No, really. Have to give him a stick about that.
Yeah, but it was when I first said, I'm from Football South area. He said, "Oh, do you know Crommy?" I said, "Oh yeah, I do." He said, and he really said, "No, he's a great player. He's got a big future." So the first thing he mentioned when he knew where I was from was you.
No, that's cool.
And he'll be watching this as well, so Hobbo.
Hey, Holbo.
Good luck on the weekend.
Yeah. Not
But-
next weekend though.
Yeah, not next weekend. This weekend though, we're up to Hamilton
Yeah,
for
correct.
the next game.
Yeah.
Which again, it's going to be a good game. If anything's coming out this season, the one thing that we're consistent about is being inconsistent.
Yeah, that's a
So-
fair.
Yeah, exactly. So
Fair summary.
getting thumped, we're due for a fairly decent result on the back.
Yeah.
On the back of that. So
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please God. I think it's just more about performance this weekend. We need to, obviously, last weekend was a bit of a disaster, so just focus on that, and then please God the result takes care of itself. But yeah, again, need to get back on the good performance
yeah.
side.
How's training been this week?
Funny you should mention, we actually didn't train last night because we didn't want to train on the turf because Elton John was on, so
Oh, yeah.
we were afraid of getting, I don't know, stampeded, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we changed training to Tahuna, and at 6 o'clock it was underwater.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
we had a gym session.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of done their own thing.
Yeah.
I was throwing weights around till 10 o'clock last night.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so training tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, so should be interesting.
Yeah. And is Paul still with the group, or is he?
I think he'll still be floating around. He doesn't leave till next Monday,
Yeah.
so I think he's just going to stay around if anybody needs anything or
Yeah.
needs any advice or help or anything like that. He's just going to
Yeah.
kind of roam around. But Terry will be taking the reins from as of tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to the team and to Terry, and of course to Paul as well. So
Absolutely, yeah.
best of luck to you and everything you do, Paul, in the future. And thanks for everything you've done for us. That's it right now for Moffside. We're on the 26 minutes now, I think, pretty much. So, Crommy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great season so far. Long may it continue. But the way you're going, you'll get 4 by the end of the season, all from corners.
More than done it.
Sounds good.
Holes, as ever, thank you very much. And, well, you've got 4 in total, haven't you, over your career?
Yeah, that's correct.
How many have you got in your career for Southern?
2.
There you go. It's only one winner here.
There's only one winner here, yeah. I just want to say a big shout out to Fiona, your mum, because thanks for the comments on Facebook after the song. She loved that.
Number like I'm not even on it, and she's listening. Like, what a supporter! Love you, Matt. Keep it up.
And it just remains for me to say my new goodbye, which I'm going to come up with very shortly, which is I'm going to actually use John Lydon's phrase, and it's an Irish phrase, and this is for Paul: "May the road rise with you."